behalf of Koyo Sage, I thank you for joining this briefing session. It indeed is a great pleasure for me to present the findings of our latest research to you. Friends, when the time is uncertain and one cannot clearly see the path ahead, scientifically collected and timely data remains the only recourse. And Koyo Sage is pleased to bring that much needed solid information for business leaders to base their decisions on. At the very outset, let me share the contours of the research that we conducted with the core objectives of 1. Sensing the mood of the CXOs and the CIOs, and 2. Gauging their short, long and mid-term priorities as they are evolving. We designed a questionnaire that was hosted online and taken by 102 CXOs and 128 CIOs spanning across multiple industry sectors. The survey was conducted between May 15 and June 8 using our own database and the SurveyMonkey panel. The term CXO is being referred collectively to the Chief Executive Officers, the Chief Financial Officers, the Chief Marketing Officers, the Chief HR Officers, and other C-level suite officers. Before I delve into the findings, let me talk a bit about the macro environment, the context against which the data must be analyzed and seen. The operative words I want to stress upon are optimism, uncertainty, and unviability. Our Honorable Prime Minister recently talked about green shoots that are emerging in the economy. As we all know, lockdown stalled all the economic activities in April and most of May. But a slight reversal, especially in the core sectors like coal, power, energy, infrastructure, is currently underway. However, the challenge is far from over, especially in the manufacturing sector, which is kind of facing a double whammy. Cash crunch on one hand and migration of laborers on the other. It may take a while before a decent revival in the activities in the manufacturing sector actually takes place. The services sector has its own challenges, most relevant of them being the lack of demand. Hospitality, travel, tourism, high-end retail is a natural victim of this lack of demand. Even if there is opening up, businesses do not find it viable to be running. Without customers returning, as they are currently not, services sector will not see a full revival. It is all very uncertain today. When would the peak in COVID cases come and how long will it take to subside is the important question. In reality, with each passing day, we are seeing increased number of positive cases. Depending on when the peak happens, the clarity on economic pickup will also come. Though there is a few good news that has come on the medical side, there are few drugs that have been identified as the cure of COVID, but a lot more needs to be done and seen. Net, one can say that 6 to 9 months of this financial year will see a challenging business environment, meaning there will be fund issues and cash crunch to run the businesses. The GDP is expected to contract this year by as much as 5%, and businesses will have to find out ways to keep themselves afloat and sustain. The real question, however, is much deeper. It is it possible to really utilize this challenging period to prepare for the return of growth, which is bound to happen one day, sooner or later? We will explore this question in depth today. When it comes to sensing the COVID impact on business, CXOs seem to be aware of the situation. 76% of them find the situation moderate to extremely disruptive with a negative impact. As we will track this metric over time, it will be interesting to see the bar extremely disruptive. How does it behave? The CXOs are also factoring in the impact of the disruption on business performance in terms of the revenues and profits. 80% of them feel either or both will be impacted, whereas 43% of them in fact feel both will be impacted. I would say it's not just a gut feel, rather a certain outcome. Equally interesting part is that 1 out of 10 businesses are also finding the situation as an opportunity to grow. Pharma, online education, some sectors of FMCG are areas that fall under this category. So what are the business priorities in the short to mid-term? It is certainly a full-fledged survival instinct that is playing out in the CXO's minds today. 4 urgent priorities for them are: 1. Customers. While the customers are spending less, how to continue engaged with them and provide them with new experiences has become important. 2. Employees. While the employees are working from home, it is important to keep them motivated and engaged. Can this time be utilized to create newer learning opportunities and develop newer skills? Business sustenance, the third point. While the offices are closed and operations are disrupted, how to sustain and keep the business afloat and ensure survival? And fourth, making a holistic work from home policy. What was once a knee-jerk reaction is now a serious agenda that is bound to continue over time. How to enable working from home by not just providing a video conferencing platform, but also ensuring automation of the workflows to coordinate and collaborate. CapEx planning, cost cutting, rationalizing resources are issues which surprisingly have a lower preference. Maybe the businesses are yet to come to these decisions or are shy of talking about them formally. While business continuity and risk mitigation has become a key short-term priority, the longer-term priorities are clearly pivoted around growth. That kind of subsumes continuity as a critical need. Digital-led transformation is top of mind. Surely, a realization is setting in that it is a high time to embrace a new approach to business, one that balances critical yet competing demands of 1. Business agility, 2. Operational efficiency, and 3. Risk management in order to ensure business survival. Agility, efficiency, and risk management were important issues for some time now, not that they have cropped up overnight, only that the crisis has made them urgent too. So digital transformation is clearly a serious agenda for more businesses now than it ever was. How prepared was your information technology system during the crisis? The perception of the CXOs on IT's preparedness to cope with the crisis is another important indicator of their realization around digital transformation. 72% of them think the IT preparedness in their organization was lacking. 47% in fact think it was highly unprepared. Not that any system could be prepared for a crisis that has developed so broad and so fast, but it has surely jolted the organizations out of their inertia to develop digital-led capabilities to survive and thrive in the age of disruption in the long term. It has been kind of a wake-up call. So there is a realization at one hand. There is also a performance-related budget cut on the other hand. The voices of the CIOs make it very clear that budgets are bound to get cut. 60% of the CIOs feel there will be a cut of 10% or more, whereas 39% see this cut to be 20% or more, which will surely have implication on what they can spend on and the need for prioritizing their spend. The business leaders' perception and the budget cuts as envisaged by the CIOs clearly reflect in the IT priorities in the short and mid-run. Putting projects on hold, postponing refresh, and renegotiating contracts are maybe knee-jerk reactions, but they are cash-conserving agendas, especially when the business outlook remains uncertain. The digital transformation or DX-related aspects like adopting emerging technologies, building elasticity with the use of cloud, modernizing infrastructure, and applications integration are relatively low in priority. In short, the DX agenda is interrupted, it is punctuated. The data clearly suggests that. What is interesting to note is the fact that the spend is clearly happening on IT security, which is kind of relevant in the current scenario where employees are working from home. And there are newer threats that are emerging. In fact, the government of India has given clear advisories in terms of the new advanced persistent threats that are emerging. There is also a 50% plus increase in the malicious traffic on the internet, which is kind of putting the cybersecurity in full gear. And another area where organizations are spending is software and services that boost productivity. My personal take is that anything that helps an organization retain and regain productivity in a work from home situation, anything that helps automate microprocesses to render workflows in the changing situation, anything that enhances the speed of delivery and ensure delivery of essentials to the customers are all that is selling today. So today, businesses realize that DX is not only important, it is urgent too. But then, the business is disrupted and DX is punctuated in the short run. Once the crisis completes its full cycle, we will see revival happening and at a fast pace. But till that happens, what do organizations do? Especially those who are in nascent stage of their digital transformation journey. Do they stall it? Do they postpone it and handle the crisis first and later on resume where they are left? Or are there ways in which they can still prepare for the digital transformation journey? Maybe it will gain full steam once the revival happens. Seven research takeaways. 76% of the CXOs think the COVID impact is extremely or moderately disruptive. 80% of the CXOs see profit or revenue to be hit. 43% think both will be hit. The four urgent priorities in the short term for businesses are keeping customers engaged, boosting employee morale, ensuring survival and defining a holistic work from home policy. Digital transformation is top of mind when it comes to mid and long-term business priorities. 72% of the CXOs feel IT was unprepared or could have been better prepared during the COVID crisis. 69% of the CIOs feel that their IT spend will be cut. 39% in fact feel the cut to be 20% or more. And putting new projects on hold, renegotiating contracts, postponing refresh are cash conserving agendas that are top of mind for the CIOs, and making cybersecurity more robust and adopting technologies that boost productivity are high priorities for the CIOs in the short to mid-term. Digital transformation takes the backseat, at least for the time being. It seems to be punctuated. So the burning question is how to sustain and regain the lost digital transformation momentum. My personal take on this question is that there are three things that the organizations must focus upon in the short run, at least till a full-fledged revival happens. Do things in a small quantum. A big bang approach may not work. So some automation here and some automation there, a workflow being enabled here and a workflow being enabled there may work. To exploit what is available. For example, in the government sector, there is a framework that was developed by NIC called Service Plus. This framework has been existing for some time and it was exploited to the hilt during the lockdown to design and implement e-pass services in many states. Something that was the need of the time, something that helped those who are the critical caregivers. Identify in your organization what are some of these unexploited, underutilized digital assets. Innovation becomes relevant in defining new use cases around them. So I think fairly and squarely, it puts innovation at the center of how the existing digital assets can be utilized and newer things can be done with the help of them. Third, it may also be the right time to assess your current as is and future will be points in the DX journey. Develop scenarios to move ahead, basis multiple routes that can be taken depending upon the scenarios that you see as the situation is likely to unfold. This may help you in one, putting thoughts behind the larger question of the new approach to business with the help of digital during the next growth cycle.